Hello and welcome back to RimWorld. Last time, we sent Aiden out on a convoy because she finally decided to actually go on said convoy. It took her quite a while. And overall, well, no, okay, we did also open up the antediluvian chamber, which I might remind you was not a thing that actually ever happened, period. Just ignored the fact that that was a thing. And there's some people coming by. Hey, check it out. It's Wolf, Agatha, Blackjack, Gideon, whoever this person with a D in their name is. We'll just have to wait for them to show up at the colony, and then we'll do some trading with them. Hey, wait. Is there a bulk goods trader here? I know there was during the whole, everybody dying thing, but that might still be a thing. Fedocia, can you not consume... Oh, wait. No, there's definitely no bulk goods trader. That's unfortunate. I really would have liked to see a bit of that, because, it just so happens that bulk goods traders would probably have some gold on them, and we kind of need gold. In case you don't quite remember, because we're trying to build our nice multi-analyzer, which requires a lot of resources that we just don't have right now, which is rather unfortunate to say the least. Actually, very much quite unfortunate. So Fedocia, who has terrible social skills, is about to go trade with people. This is probably not a good thing. Should probably have sent someone a bit more charismatic. Okay, what do we got? Let's see. I mean, there's not really much. What are they selling, actually? Some fine meals, medicine, components, a bit of yayo, and penoxylin. Neither of those are things that I'm interested in. I guess we'll just sell off our Molotov. Do we want a heavy SMG? I generally don't consider those terribly useful, but a pistol is definitely not something that we want to keep around. It's just not a powerful weapon. And then we'll sell off as much of this smoke leaf as we can to get as much money out of them because, capitalism and all that. There we go, and we got ourselves a nice 200 silver out of these guys. Thanks for giving us all of your money, guys. I hope you didn't need that for something because, you're quite frankly not getting it. Looks like Squirrel's out on the hunt again, continuing to use a charge rifle to hunt small game, which is totally legitimate. What do we need to do around here? I figure at this point we should probably build some paths for people because, it's just going to be nice to have solid concrete. So let's go for, paved tile. Yeah, neutral in terms of look and slow to build. Quick to move around on. That's what we want. So we'll build some tile going out all along these pathways. Should be beautiful. And just a little bit down here. There we go. I mean, that's a bit big of a walkway. I don't know if there's any need for a triple walkway, but we'll go with it. We probably won't. I'll tear it down in just a second, but for now, it's a thing. Oh yeah, all the colonists are leaving? How nice. So we're not actually going to build these floors, just by the way. That's a waste of resources. And Alexei, thank you for not making the floors that I totally never wanted built. You're a very good member of the colony, Alexei. And actually, that is basically every single bit of our steel probably has just been used to build floors, which, arguably not a great use of steel. I'm fine with it. We can do that. I mean, we have to have floors. We have to have walkways. You can't have a colony without walkways. And quite frankly, using the best material to build said walkways is a massive, massive waste of resources. But it's the kind of waste of resources that I think our colony should be known for. It's kind of like when the US was known for paving their streets in gold, which they totally never did because, I mean, gold is just way too malleable to ever pave a street in. I mean, we're trying to be reasonable here, and people are all like, oh, mate, you're using super soft metals to make your roads. It's kind of more of an insult than it is a compliment, really. But anyway, we're using a very practical resource, although still rather, I would say, valuable in this particular world, given that steel is not necessarily the easiest thing to come by. It's not, super hard, but, probably not something we should be walking all over. It's fine, it's fine. You know, it is kind of weird that concrete requires steel and only steel. Seems like it should require some form of, like, I don't know, rock rubble. But, you know, I won't judge concrete. Concrete can do its thing. Oh, check this out. Everyone is moving at, like, breakneck pace on these walkways now. That is beautiful. Oh, what else do we need? You know, this defensive line probably needs a bit of work. So the one thing is that we've got this big open space in the middle. We can't put gunners in here, because if we put gunners in here, they will shoot people in the front lines, and that'll be very bad. But it is possible that we could build a little hut here. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a melee person's hut. So people like Fedosha, who specifically use melee weapons, kind of need a place where they can chill out while there's actual, like, ranged combat going on. And this is going to be the solution to that. It's going to be a little hut, protected on all sides, and, we shouldn't have doors in it. Doors don't make any sense. Because if we had ooh, bulk goods trader. Nice. That is the bulk goods trader that we were talking about previously. But anyway, it doesn't make sense for there to be doors in this, because doors will slow down the actual melee people getting out of the building. But I figure we construct a little structure like this, and that should work nicely. Unless, you know, we could put auto doors in it, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea, because the melee people do need access to any area. So in this instance, what would occur is we'd have all of the gunmen line up on, say, like this line, and all of the melee people would hide in this building so that any ranged shots coming in from enemies won't hit them. But as soon as, like, enemy melee gets near the front lines, the melee people can run out of this little hut and go take them down. It's gonna be beautiful. And I think we will use the auto door plan. So we'll build, Gabe, please don't lock yourself in there. That'd be really nice, thank you. Don't do that. Gabe is totally gonna get locked in. It's gonna be real bad. Like, real bad. Okay, we'll just cancel a couple of those, as well as this little guy. And then we'll rebuild those auto doors. They will be, they can't be wooden auto doors. We need better than wooden auto doors, because this is a combat area, and it's kind of important that we have at least decently strong doors and such. And then I guess on this side we can just put a straight up normal limestone door, because people just have to funnel in from this direction. They don't actually have to leave. That should work perfectly. And with that all set up, oh right, we do need to get someone to go do some trading with the bulk goods person. Bradley, bulk goods please, thank you. I appreciate your work, Bradley. Your nice spiked hair will totally come in handy in the negotiations. So let's see, ooh, a pig is 200 bucks? Jeez, we could sell those for quite a bit, actually. Oh my word, are they selling human meat? You guys! Don't sell human meat, that's weird. Why are bulk goods traders going around selling human meat? I mean, they are in the very least selling gold. I think we need about 50 gold, which is admittedly a large quantity of money. We have our smoke leaf, we can sell all that stuff off. That really reduces the price there. And we do need some plasteel as well, which is also very expensive. How much do we actually need in terms of plasteel? I have no clue. I would say pick up like 50 of that as well. It's gonna cost us 1,000 buckaroonies, which is a lot of money, it has to be said. Is there anything at all that we can sell here to get a bit better of a deal? Well, we could sell a couple of our pigs. We could do that. We could sell, like, sow number 2. We do not need 2 sows. And we could sell Muffalo 2 as well. We don't need 2 Muffalos either. And potentially, I don't know, all of our beaver skin? Yeah, we'll sell a bunch of beaver skin to them. And then maybe a bit of husky fur, which was totally from one of our dogs that we loved so much and is now dead. And then we'll sell some mega sloth skin. Yeah, we probably shouldn't sell the dead dog's hide, but we're going to do it anyway because we're cold as ice. And that should be pretty good. That's nice. Yeah. Now we're making a profit off of that. And we've got ourselves some plasteel and some gold, which is enough of each to actually finish up this multi-analyzer, which is absolutely gorgeous. Now we'll actually have a multi-analyzer on us. It'll be beautiful. Everyone will be happy. Anyone who isn't happy will be imprisoned, probably in this tiny little prison cell, which Steven currently occupies. Steven, how do you feel? What is your general feel, Steven? Your general feel is pretty good. Well, Steven, if you feel generally pretty good, you should probably get on joining our colony because, quite frankly, Steven, we can't have people feeling good and not being part of our colony at the same time. Feeling good costs resources, Steven, and at some point we will cease to spend resources on you, Steven. Steven... We'll get him eventually. Look, he's now freaking out. Look, that whole speech was just like one of those negotiation methods, you know? Because now Steven's like sweating like nobody's business. He's freaking out. He's having like little nervous wrecks, just like rocking back and forth in his little dining chair. And once he gets over his nervous wreck state, he'll realize that it is really for the best that he joins the colony, and that'll be beautiful. Here we go. Nice. Okay, the little building is finally completed. We've got a bunch of walls, a few doors, and we should have a much safer position for any melee people to actually funnel into and protect themselves from oncoming fire. I feel like maybe it would be a bit nice to give them like a lamp in here because... I don't know about you, but incendiary and grenade launchers going off outside your building and, like, having absolutely no lights in said building is probably a pretty traumatic experience overall. So, yeah, I don't think they'll appreciate that all that much. Then again, I mean, it is a combat situation. It's not like you have to appreciate said combat situations. Oh, my word. They made another snowman. Those snowmen are the best. Like, look at that. That is such a quaint and tiny little snowman. Oh, you guys are the best. You make the best snowmen. Yeah, we're totally going to put a little light in here. I mean, there's not really going to be very many people who use melee weapons in this colony. Ooh, machinery, nice. The only people who use melee weapons are going to be the people who have to use melee weapons. So let's see, what were we going for? Component assembly, that's the one. Let's research that, and we will also set up a machining table so that we can start tearing down some of these mechanoids that show up in the colony. And I think, do we yet have... The fueled smithy doesn't melt down slag, does it? No. We need... which research do we actually need for that? We need the research, I believe it's electric smelting. Electric smelting should allow us to take all of these, like, steel slag chunks and turn them into... Oh, the comms console broke down. And as I was saying, and turn these metal chunks into actual steel that we can use in the colony. Which would be, I will note, quite nice. Because there's a lot of steel chunks and not a lot of steel in the colony. Although I will admit, this steel mine is like the best thing ever. We're getting a lot out of that. Well, night has fallen upon us. We finally have our multi-analyzer. We have a machining table working. Well, not working yet, but getting up to speed. And soon enough, we should be able to do whatever we do with machining tables. What were we doing with machining? Right. Tearing apart the terrible mechanoid creatures. That is what we're going to do. We'll get plasteel, steel, and components, I believe, out of that. Which should be quite nice. Aiden, where are you right now? What is your current situation? Aiden is not even halfway to the other colony. Good job, Aiden. You have 21 days of food, and you have no. She has 21 days of food, and it's only going to take her 4 days to get to her destination. No. Aiden, you're going to be fine for food. I mean, we were freaking out last time because I thought that there wasn't enough food there. But apparently, that is not the case. Oh, look, they finished a new room. This new room is eventually going to be Steven's once he joins the colony, which is going to be a thing soon enough, or I will probably kill him, because I cannot be asked to keep around a disgusting and filthy slacker in the colony for any longer than is necessary. I will say, though, I'm not actually going to kill Steven. I mean, Steven... If we kill Steven, people are going to be really unhappy about that, and if people are unhappy about that, that's going to be really bad for the colony overall. And if it's bad for the colony, you know, we can't be doing that. Squirrel, can you craft? He can, but there's nothing to craft. Huh. Well, I think at this point, we should potentially do some form of, like parka making or some form of jacket. Like, yeah, a jacket. That's going to use leather, right? Yes, it is going to use leather. So we can just, like, I don't know, add like 3 or 4 jackets to be made. And someone's going to go make some jackets. And then machining is up and running, so we can start doing the disassemble mechanoids forever. And then we can also make weaponry now, which is a potential. I mean, we got a lot of people with a lot of nice weapons, but, you know, there are still people, I believe, using survival rifles. Is that a thing? Hello? Survival rifles? Yes. It appears that Alexei is certainly using a survival rifle, so that is something that we're definitely going to want to fix soon enough. So we can get her... We can get someone working on an assault rifle, which is going to take 60 steel and 7 components, as well as a considerably large quantity of time. But eventually, they will finish up a assault rifle, which we can then give to Alexei so that, you know, he can be equipped. And potentially, we could start producing weapons for people. I mean, at this point, I don't think we have quite enough resources to do that. We do need some form of component creating system in order to effectively build tons of weapons, which is something that we can do at some point. We can get a component creator, which is what we're working on right now, which will go right in this area. It is a pretty big thing. It's about the size of a high-tech research bench. But that'll be able to turn raw steel into components. And once we get the ability to melt steel slag down into steel, dude, we're going to have tons of steel. And then we're going to have tons of components. It's going to be beautiful. Believe me, I know you don't think it's going to be beautiful, but it's going to be amazing. It's going to be gorgeous. Beyond your wildest dreams, unless your wildest dreams include tons and tons of weaponry. Whereas then, it just so happens that it's probably exactly your wildest dream. So we're also going to put some wood flooring down in the armory, because it just so happens that the armory does need to be treated somewhat nicely. Shut up, comms console. Nobody cares about you. You breaking down and all that. Uh-oh. We have ourselves a raid, people. The raccoon men have arrived in drop pods and will attack immediately. Really? I mean, I'm going to level with you. This is not exactly the best plan. Just saying. But anyway, everyone to the defensive line. They've apparently dropped in drop pods out in the middle of nowhere, which makes no sense to me. Fedocia, use the new defensive line, and we'll just get everyone into position. Who planted a tree right there? That's the worst place for a tree to be. I do not want a tree there. Squirrel, you're going to have to fall into line as well. Just head over there. And then, where is Magar? Magar, you are taking into position the little post there, because that is, after all, basically a machine gunner's post. Wait, are they not attacking immediately? I guess they're not attacking immediately. Well, I mean, everyone's in position. Oh, here we go. There we go. I think Magar will fall back to here just to prevent any crossfire situations, because that'll probably be for the best. I don't think that these guys will last very long, and by I don't think they'll last very long, I'm saying I'm pretty sure they will die fairly quickly. Yeah, speaking of dying fairly quickly. Cherie, Gabe, and Bradley, you are going to be the hit squad. Go and take that guy down, because I would really like to have him dead. Or potentially part of the colony. I mean, you don't actually have to kill him. If you can make him part of the colony, that would be all the better. But, you know, whatever floats your boat, guys. Whatever floats your boat. I don't think they're going to catch him. Allison is pretty quick. Or is that a she? Kind of hard to tell. I mean, Allison is certainly customarily a woman's name, but it's hard to tell. Not definitely a guy. Definitely a guy. Okay, that's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know if we actually want Allison in the colony. Allison seems like a strange one, but you know what? He got away. We don't have to worry about it. Allison's not going to join us. Our defensive line once again held perfectly well by shooting one guy in the face. And we did get a bit of Luciferium, which is, by the way, the worst drug in the entire game. Just saying. It is, however, also like the most expensive drug, so we just made tons of money. Anyway, with that amazing and quite simple victory, that will bring us, for now, to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, we will return to... Whoa. Are we out of food? Oh, okay. We're going to have to deal with that next time. I did not realize that was a thing. We need to pause then. Next time, we will fix the fact that apparently we have 0 food. I did not know that was a thing. That is very bad. And we will continue to try to build up our component creation area, as well as, you know, probably at some point we're going to start working towards building an actual ship, which is going to be rather nice. But anyway, until next time, thanks for watching, and of course, as always, enjoy the rest of your day.